Welcome back to the Kino Cave. All Hallows Kino is over. I didn't get as many videos out to you guys as I wish I could. I was extremely busy in October with a lot of stuff. But I got as many videos out as I could, and you know what? It's Halloween all year round in the Kino Cave, so let's get into a little more horror content before we hit the less horrifying stuff as the Christmas season rolls around. With all that being said, today I'm bringing you guys another physical media review. So, I will always champion physical media over anything else. I think that the quality you get from a physical release compared to streaming is always better. There's no doubt about it. The quality of a disc versus streaming something is better. I'll get into all this in a different video. And also, when you have a physical release of any film or music or video games, you own that forever. Whereas if you have a digital copy or if you have it on streaming like Netflix, you don't own that. The service that's providing it for you owns it, and they can take it away anytime they want. But no one can take away your copy of Rocky or Alien or Spider-Man or anything else, because you own it, you paid for it, you bought it, and it's yours forever. Unless someone literally breaks into your house and steals it. I'll get into all of that in a separate video because I love physical media so much. There'll probably be many of videos in the future talking about it. Today I want to talk about a very specific release, and has instantly become one of the favorite things to own on my shelf. The Exorcist 50th Anniversary Deluxe Edition Steelbook 4K super duper fucking everything. So this is an absolute monster of a physical release, and as soon as I saw it I knew that I had to pick it up. And fuck getting Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation or anything else. This was a must buy for me as someone who loves physical media, and I think if you love The Exorcist, it's one of my favorite films. If The Exorcist is one of your favorite films, and if you have the funds to do so, you should definitely get this because it is awesome. So, let's get rid of this. I always hated the shitty bit of cardboard you get on the back of these deluxe editions or steelbooks and stuff, so fucking let's get rid of that. You get nothing here that you don't get on the back of any other. It would help if you don't get anything on here that you don't already get on the back of a Blu-ray, which I have. This is my Exorcist Blu-ray that I've had for years. I love it. I love the slipcover on it, but it was time for an upgrade, clearly. But yeah, you get all the same shit on the back of here that you do on the back of here. I always hated having those things on the back. They're stuck on with this little stupid sticky shit that you usually have to take off anyway. As soon as you do take it off, it doesn't stay stuck on after. And I just don't like the look of it. It ruins the look. You saw it with that on. This is what it looks like without any of that shit. Yeah. Now that is what I want. Let's get into this, because this is one big bastard. This was definitely worth it. I know in my Shawshank Collector's Edition review that, I said that was definitely worth the price tag. This, same price, far more worth it, just in terms of presentation alone. You've got this lovely leatherish outside. Leatherish, is that a word? And I don't know, is it real leather? Probably not, but it feels just so nice to touch, and it's like a book. And the inside as well, you can see the little bit of purple there, is also kind of like a book, which I'll get into. So, just this outside, and in terms of just having this sit on my shelf, so good. Let's get this bad boy out of here. So, the inside is just as cool as the outside. We've got what looks kind of like a Bible, like the Bible from the film. William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist, extended director's cut and original theatrical version. I love both cuts of the film. I don't think one necessarily takes away from the other. It's not like Alien for me. I always watch the director's cut of Alien. I always watch the director's cut of Gladiator as well. But when it comes to The Exorcist, you can pretty much watch either, and they're both as good as each other. The director's cut adds one major moment, and that's about it. Anyway, directed by William Friedkin, and you've got a little cross there. So this is so cool. I'll kind of get to catch the light here. This is awesome. You've got the little spine there, which you can see when it's inside the outer case as well. It's just The Exorcist written in gold along this purple background. On the back, you've got... oh shit, you can't see that. There you go. On the back, you've just got the shot that I put behind me here of the lamppost and Father Merrin looking up at the window. The other spine then is a nice gold. There's nothing on the top and bottom, because why would there be? Very interesting. This is actually a limited edition. You got a little thing there. 1,897 out of 2,000, so one of the only 2,000 out there is mine now. Let's get inside this thing. That's what she said. That's what he said. That's what he said. And she could say that. Anyone can say anything. So on the inside here, we've got a lot of shit. It's not really, like, none of this is kind of held in here very well, which is fine. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be. And then, yeah, you just got a little quote on the inside here as well, written in, I thought it was in gold, it's in white. What an excellent day for an exorcism. Quote from Pazuzu possessing Reagan. Okay, this is sliding all over the place in here. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to take each part out individually. They're all just kind of stacked up on top of each other. So, the first thing, and probably the most important thing when you're buying a physical release, is the actual fucking copy of it. Now, this is incredible. So we've got this whole outside box that's really fucking cool, and inside we've also got my favorite form of physical media out there, the Steelbook. Yes! Nice fucking tin Steelbook right here. I don't want to tap it too hard in case I fucking dent it, because that has happened. But God, I love Steelbooks! Alright. You've got the nice, lovely little tin book. If you don't own a Steelbook, pick your favorite movie and buy a Steelbook of it, because holy shit, Steelbooks, there's a weight to them. There's a lovely weight to them. You open it up and it's just pops open. You've got all the discs on the inside there. And usually, I'm not going to take it out because I have looked at this beforehand. There's like 6 discs in this thing, and they do the thing that I hate, and this is my only issue with this, is that the discs are all stacked up on top of each other. I know that you can't really fit more than 2 discs into a Steelbook because it just doesn't really work. But, you know, if you just given me like even a slip for the special features discs, and then just give me the director's cut and the original theatrical cut in the Steelbook case, that's my one issue with this, is that it doesn't really look like it here, and it doesn't look like they're going to fall out, which is good, but I just don't like having to stack discs on top of each other. Yeah, there's 5 discs here, so there's 3 stacked on one of these stamps here, and there's 2 stacked on this one. But on the inside then, with pretty much every Steelbook you buy, you get a shot from the film on the inside. And yeah, you've just got... fuck it, I'll take them out, why not? So, The Exorcist, original theatrical version. Then you've got the 4... that's the Blu-ray. So I always put the Blu-rays on top. I don't have a 4K TV or 4K player because they're quite expensive. So I always put the Blu-rays on top and the 4Ks on the bottom. Eventually I will get a 4K TV when, you know, I was going to say rich. I don't need to be rich to have a 4K TV. When I have enough money to buy one, I'll get a 4K TV and then I'll play all the 4K movies I have. Because it's kind of a thing where I buy Steelbooks quite often. If there's a movie I really love or a series of movies I really love, I'll buy a Steelbook. I plan on getting some Steelbooks for Christmas with any money that I get from that, or vouchers. Because typically, you know, I get vouchers for like Golden Discs or the cinema or something from relatives that don't know what else to get. So I'll probably buy some Steelbooks with that, and you automatically could just get a 4K with it. Normally I don't choose to buy a 4K because why would I? But in Steelbooks you always get them anyway. So when I get a 4K TV, I'm rambling. When I get a 4K TV, I'll be able to play the 4K movies, and that's how I justify buying them. So you got the 4K underneath, and then at the very bottom you have the director's cut in 4K as well. So obviously those 2 4Ks are on the bottom because I don't need them right now. And then on the other side I have the special features disc, and oh god, this is what I hate about stacking. And then the director's cut on Blu-ray underneath. And that's that. So The front of the steelbook then, I got so hyped that I forgot to show you what it looks like. You've just got, again, that iconic shot with the title, and on the back, you've got Reagan floating up in the air, being possessed. This is a really sweet steelbook. I absolutely adore it. I love how it's like black and white, but there's like a hint of kind of a greenish kind of teal color seeping in there. Excellent, excellent steelbook. Sometimes steelbook covers aren't great, but I have to say the art, like the artistry on this steelbook is absolutely fantastic. We get, again, something that is typical for like a 4K special edition release, because I do get a lot of them, is this little kind of booklet. Well, this is an envelope of art cards and stuff like that, which I'll go through in a sec. So yeah, you've just got a wonderful little artwork of Reagan from the film, with William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Let's look inside this thing. Now that is what she said, right? So okay, I'm just gonna go first thing that pops out. I'm gonna run through these kind of quick because we don't need to be sitting here all day looking at this. The first thing we get is a double-sided poster. There's not much difference in them, so excellent poster. I love these old-fashioned posters. I would buy them all day long, because you know, I want my house to feel like you're walking through a cinema and you're just seeing posters for movies everywhere. Because that was that wasn't the most exciting thing about going to the cinema for me, aside from actually going to see the movie. Because, you know, when I was young, you know, the internet wasn't as like prevalent as it is now. Like, you don't just watch trailers on YouTube all the time. Like, when I was a kid, if I wanted to see a movie that was coming out, you either saw the trailer on TV, you saw a trailer in the cinema, or you just walked through the cinema while going to see a different movie and just looking at the posters. And I still do that to this day, even though I know when fucking the next Spider-Man movie's coming out. I know when the next Batman movie's coming out because I've seen it on the internet a million times and people argue about it all the time. But there's just something about walking through the cinema and looking at all the posters and getting hyped and getting excited. Then the other side of this poster, so you pretty much just got a purple side with the purple title, and there's kind of a little purplish sheen on the credits at the bottom. The other side is just a solid white, solid black and white. So I would go with the purple side. I might get this framed. I would go with the purple side because I love purple. And yeah, otherwise, really awesome. You get a poster. We got these kind of art cards of, you've got a shot of the film, and then on the back, you have a behind the scenes still. I'm gonna see, can I have no idea if that's in focus or not. Then yeah, you also have a shot then from the actual film. Oh no, these are all shots actually. There must be behind the scenes stuff in the next few things. So yeah, that's a shot, and then there's another shot. Scary Reagan. Scary Reagan. Okay, this is a behind the scenes. Yeah, these are behind the scenes shots. So you got the famous steps. A friend of mine actually, well, he's from this town, I think. You know who you are watching this video. Remind me again, are you from here? Or either way, he's been to these steps before he even watched the film, which is pretty awesome. And you've got another behind the scenes there of, yeah, William Friedkin and what looks to be William Peter Blatty from what I remember. Then yeah, just more behind the scenes stuff. We don't really need to go through all of these in great detail. Look at that absolute monster of a 1973 camera. Love that. And another monster of a 1973 camera. This is really interesting actually. We've got a bookmark. So that's pretty cool. I like having kind of interesting bookmarks. I don't like having plain old bookmarks or just stuff on a page in there. Like, I've got a couple of Batman bookmarks. I made a bookmark once, and this is a pretty cool one. I actually have the Exorcist book. I've not read it yet, so when I do, I'm using this. And then the last thing you get in that little envelope, oh Jesus, you've just got a little booklet. So there's just all sorts of shit in here. Like, this is actually interesting. Usually when you get booklets like these in like a special edition steelbook, you typically just get like, you know, a bunch of stills from the film, which is pretty cool. Like, I love getting out my copy of Batman '89, and I got the steelbook and the booklet in there, and I get to flick through the booklet while I watch the movie. And, you know, I might like get out my notepad and draw because I can't keep my hand steady for a second. But this is interesting. It actually has a lot of like interviews, trivia, kind of facts about the various people who worked on the film. So that's actually really cool. Like, it makes it a lot more worth it, you know, that you can actually like take out this. You know, if I decide to put on The Exorcist, which I probably won't for a while because I just got to see it on the big screen recently, but the next time I watch it, I can take these out and I can just start reading about the film as I watch the film. The last thing that you get in this, which I'm very excited to show you. God, this is difficult. Okay. There we go. This is exciting. You get an actual full book. So, BFI Film Classics, The Exorcist, Mark Kermode. I'm not going to read like this whole thing, but this is essentially a collection of interviews and various just tidbits and facts and trivia and just various like interesting things about the film. That it's just a book about the film, and that is insane. That in this thing where you already got art cards, you've got stills, you've got trivia, you've got a steel book with a 4K of every edition of it, you got a special features disc, and you just get a whole book. Like, I know, like, you know, okay, like you look at the spine there and it's like, yeah, it's not that long, but you came in for a Blu-ray 4K steelbook, like special edition, and you just get this as well. This is insane. Like, the value you're getting for getting this is crazy, considering how much you're actually getting. And it's just amazing to own something like this. And to have just so much packed into this one edition. Which is why I think if you love The Exorcist, if you love the film at all, it is absolutely worth getting this if you can. So much comes in this edition. Like, and I think the difference is between this and the Shawshank Redemption one, which I reviewed a while back, which is, don't get me wrong, that Shawshank Redemption 4K special edition was absolutely worth the price tag. But this Exorcist version, this is crazy, the amount of stuff that they give you for what I would assume would be like 150 quid. But it's far cheaper, and I think if you're just a fan of this film at all, it's absolutely worth getting. It's one of my favourite films, it's one of my favourite horrors out there. I have two complaints with this steelbook. One is that the stuff doesn't, it fits in, but it slides around a lot when you try and open it and it kind of falls out. There's not a lot like keeping it in there. Like it slots in there, but it does tend to, when you open it, if you're like angling the box too far to one side, it'll just slide right out. So that's one complaint, is that there's nothing really keeping it in there. And my only other complaint then is the fact that in the steelbook case, you have discs stacked on top of each other, which I just don't like with anything. I don't like it when discs are stacked up on top of each other. But those are kind of nitpicks anyway. Like, this is an incredible edition, and for film enthusiasts, for film lovers, for lovers of The Exorcist, for lovers of horror, it's so good to have on your shelf, and it's easily in my like top 5 favorite physical media releases that I own. So, if you enjoyed the video, I really hope you did, because I got real hyped during this video, so I hope you all got hyped with me. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. Leave a like. It makes me feel good when people leave likes. So leave a like, subscribe. There will be more videos coming very soon, and I've got some special stuff planned for the Christmas season, so stick around for that. Oh no, oh god, it's everywhere. You know, fuck it.